Hello and welcome. It is the completion of the 20th day of June 2019. Let's take a look at these markets Bitcoin, gold, some other alts. This is big here as we now pretty much had a Fibonacci hit. And it's going to mathematically break 98.14 in a matter of time, I would have to think. Today's high right now, 97.77. That's a differential of $37. Not even a half a percent. It's hit in my book. It's probably going to go higher and all this stuff, a little bit above. But this down brings us to this interesting situation of what the Fibonacci of 61.8% really means. And amongst it, and looking at this at the weekly, whenever you ever move from the high to the low, in this case, going down from the up to the down move, and then retracing back, if this level gets violated, take it out, markets hold, stay above it for a while, regain the momentum increase can just be phenomenally wild. It's not supposed to go up like this. It really isn't. And I look at this as in either one of two things because of this resistance high noticeably appears below. Either this is going to be a pierce above of magnificent proportions, like 10.6, 10.7 minimum, or this just a non-resistance period again, like was the case here at, well, even not shown here at 4,800. I used to have a line there. So once it didn't hit it, we're supposed to, although it supported a little bit above it. Then it didn't resist it here, and it had a nice fast move with that, again, the pierce below this level. And in such an event like this is why I gotta say that these big moves of a break above here of like 60,000, which is equivalency to the 2,000 to 5,000 figure I said earlier with Litecoin. People ask how long is it going to take? Well, anywhere between the next 4 or 5 weeks to the next 100 to 200 weeks. Sounds right to me. And that's almost an extra safe conservative pick because well, first you're betting it's going to happen, and then you're just basically saying, A, it's not going to happen really, really fast, like on July 20th or something like that. Although July 20th is actually 4 weeks away, so July 7th, but 4th of July. I'm not. It's not going to happen on the 4th of July. We're not going to have 50,000 Bitcoin, although we technically could. It probably won't. Probably won't. And when I say 200 days, that's the equivalency of, or 200 weeks rather. That's the equivalency of about 4 years. So if it's going to happen, yeah, it's going to happen before the summer of 2023. Because when you have a move like this, how's the direction of it going to go? Really fast to that point? Are we going to have some corrections? That's why I don't even want to try to predict the wins to the situation because this could just be we're still got a top at some point. We have a kilo, and I'm the same thing here. We have to top at some point. 763, not much. The 18 held. Oh, got to top at some point here at 1200. Nope, 18 held. Okay, let's top here at 28. 18 held. 46 and all this holding, and then we top here we did because the 18 didn't hold all this stuff in here. So kilo, key high, kilo, wherever this high happens to be is going to be the key high. And in a situation when you have a very successful retracement in a very secularly awesome bull market, and this is the case in there for the awesome bull market in here, you have the noticeable price correction. And let's do some Fibonacci upside target because we have just a. But yeah, anyway, the sometimes it can be a tremendous on this top from just this move here. It can be lackluster and positive in that we top here, we top at 12, but then we go back down and maybe come back into this little area in here. And even we find resistance maybe in this area, we just go sideways for the next half year or something. And I have no problem with that. I mean, it's going to do obviously what it's going to do. But if you're interested in an upside target, I take high divided by low. So I need an uptrend, obvious uptrend. A good price correction higher low move, which is obviously the case again. So 20,000 is approximate high, 3,100 is the approximate low. Upside target is $63,000. And it's interesting because if I match up the Litecoin target with, say, because I did the upside earlier, 2,200. So if they happen to meet up around the same time, that means the ratio would be about 28 and 1, which on Bitcoin price would be about 0.035. So just something to keep in mind. And that makes a lot of sense to me. I want to bring the Bitcoin chart, excuse me, the Litecoin Bitcoin chart up now. And right here, that's the previous high. But the price objectives that I just brought out to you, the 2,200 to 5,000, the 60,000-ish ballpark, which should probably be 60,000 to 100,000. I look at those to on the way there to the next really big level, which is Bitcoin, 250,000, 300,000, 400,000, wherever. And that I don't think is 3, 6, 7 weeks away. I that I would go 3 to 70 months away to happen. But I just have a feeling that this thing is going to go higher. And on an extremely microscopic volatile scale, given that cryptos are very volatile, I think it's going to go significantly higher. But in the crypto case, you talk about all these like, oh, 40x, 200x moves against Bitcoin. No, not even maybe, not even close. And getting outside of this range, I wouldn't be surprised if it gets somewhere in this area here. So on the way there, that's how I look at it. On the way there to Bitcoin six figures, on the way to five-figure Litecoin, is going to be probably a move up to here. And I think there's a good chance that if I were to guess the best time frame, I'm gonna probably have no choice but to go with the Litecoin halving effect. 4 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks, because that's when the Litecoin halving happens. So that's when I think it's going to get up to the 35 handle. Ideally for me, what would be magnificent? And of course, the markets do what it does. There's nothing else I can do but just react to it. And let's just move this horizontal line because that number is, I want to get that number at 35. There we go, close enough. So ideally, in the next 3 to 5 weeks, up until the halving, price objective to come up here would be sweet. So, and I know this says here the time frame October 2019. It's really like, what is it, late July, early August, whenever it is. So, yeah, and sometime near the end of the summer to come up here, and then to come back to where it came from. Maybe somewhere in here. Maybe come back to where we are now. That's a good though. I mean, this is probably the general area here is about 170 to 217, but this is a pierce below on the way down, and then something like that. That's what I would like to see occur. And then, of course, whatever choppy up and down sideways movements, because being a short-term trader, I'll be looking for intraday moves all the time. And just to give myself a quick little update, how do we look on the short term? I'm concerned that, well, whatever, if I care, that we might have short-term retracement lower. And I kind of did a video earlier about shorting, and I sold a little bit of Litecoin. But the way I look at it is going over, well, it's just a 0.58 short. It's like nothing. But I can put it into either Go, GRS, Komodo, Theta, or Tron. Or back into Litecoin again if something goes down. So I can make a ratio trade maybe in the morning, but I got a buy order in for Komodo, but it's significantly lower than where it is now. But as I look at it, people are going to be putting coins into, people buy these Bitcoin. Then they go and trade buy altcoins with the Bitcoin. Oh, Bitcoin goes up first, altcoin goes up second. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a good handful of people that are doing that. 24 plus 14 is 38. $38 away. It's going to happen probably soon. Gold is doing a similar sort of deal as well. It's just fantastic what it's doing. And silver's lagging behind, but it's hanging in there. So I got a buy order for DGB at 141 because I sold GRS. So I'm already ahead on the game there. Nut size bulls sold some of it, but I'm trying to buy DGB at 411. I got a buy order in for there. So if it hits, I get a decent ratio trade on that. So you're waiting for the move. There's a little bit of this is like Bittrex here, so I got like just a little bit to go back down to this pretty much a 61.8% move. Okay, so that's that. T Fuel I sold a bit of too against, and then I sold it, and I sold the. I mean, I made a mistake. Whatever, not much of one. I paid a bit of extra rake. I sold T Fuel for BNB, then I sold BNB for BTC. I should have just sold T Fuel for BTC in the first place. Either way, it just cost me a few pennies. Where's T Fuel right here? I sold at 343. Theta's down to 1303 now. What does that do for my ratios? It doesn't really do much. I mean, I suppose I could do something with the LITECOIN. I mean, I'm already at 1305 on here. I mean, 4.4, that's like nothing. 4.14, literally nothing here. The Dash Theta and ETC Theta are like, they're not even close. There's just something big has got to happen on one side. QTM Theta, nothing, close here. See if it goes down a bit more, especially if QTM has a good move. What do I see QTM at here? 370. Okay, where does it stand now? Is it higher? No, it's lower, 367. But I mean, all these coins are going down. People see Bitcoin going higher, so they're like, oh, I want to get into Bitcoin, so they sell whatever they can on the altcoins. This is just normal stuff. A lot of this happened in 2017 as well, where Bitcoin would go up first, and then altcoins went up after that. In fact, I mean, that happened for a long period of time. I mean, a year or so almost, straight, for the most part. But there were just intricacies in which that would take place. And then there were times when the altcoins would go up fantastically high and Bitcoin would go up a little bit. Okay, the situation, because altcoins broke out in end of February, start of March. We'll say start of March 2017. So Bitcoin had endured all of this rally in here. From these lows in, we'll just say from the lows of 2015 summer. And it took a year and a half of these consistent higher highs and higher lows in Bitcoin, where other altcoins were going sideways and down against the dollar at this point. Thus, altcoins against Bitcoin for a long sustained period were going down. And then that changed right around the start of March. So let's now bring us back, see less periods. And in the situation here, there was this, and I wasn't trading in here, so I can't tell you during this run up from December 21st to a few days after the New Year how altcoins were doing. But again, it was February like 27, 20, right around here. So we can see that after a phenomenal run up in here, and I don't want to draw too much on this because this is there we go. This is the market. I don't want to lose my lines that I have for Fibonacci. Although I can always recalculate it, but I just don't want to do it. But all of this rally occurred, and especially we got a low of January 2017, so a significant move that occurred within the Bitcoin before the altcoins really got going. So now if we see this, there was a lot of volatile points. So let's take a look at coins after this, like let's from March on. Well, here, after like Litecoin as an example, after we're done this, but March, this goes down a bit, and then it continues its up run. Altcoins were good from here to basically end of May into June, which was right in here. So there was a good collective run for okay, so from March 25th all the way on here, everything went up together. It's just Bitcoin didn't do that good. It went from 938 to 3,000, like 3x its move. It didn't do good there. But then after that, it started to do fantastic. Because from like, say here, June 10th to like July 18th, Bitcoin only lost 20% of it or so of its value. Okay, that doesn't make. How do you say it does bad going tripling and fantastic losing? Well, because altcoins got their asses kicked in June and July. That's the reason why it did fantastic. And then we had another one of those situations. And oh my goodness, the one in November. Let's go to that. Right here. This one in here. This one in here. This was Bitcoin going up, and altcoins were all losing. Getting this one. Yeah, this in here. Altcoins were not doing good here when this was going on. Altcoins were getting their asses kicked. But that all changed roughly around December 12th, December 15th, when Bitcoin got up to about 17,000. That's when altcoins had a superb run. So when you're looking at coins, notice the altcoin. Look at around December 10, 11, 12, 13. Right in here. Just see, oh, the altcoin has a spectacular move. In fact, I just want to do a random one that I just don't even trade anymore. I don't even know what it's doing. NXT. I just thought of that in my head. So let's take a look at this. Polonex will work. So right now, what is it doing? Oh, it's just going sideways, hanging in there. Okay, that's fine. What was it doing before? So the dates, again, we're looking at around March the 1st, topping into sometime around middle of June. There should be a failed rally sometime maybe around September. October, November is just decimatedly bad, and then that run in 2018. Okay. So in this case, oh, here's the market going down in price. Well, okay, the Bitcoin 20. This is when Bitcoin bottomed in here. So its rally was look, it's a failed rally. It came right back to where it came from. So from this congestion area here, it came right back to this congestion area in here. So this was just. I mean, if you could trade it, of course you could have, and I wasn't trading then, but fantastic gains. But as Bitcoin was having a tremendous move from this point to this point, this stayed at about 3/5 of a penny. And when did this, in this case, this bottomed around February 28th, as we can see. March 3rd. That's when it left that 3/5 of a penny mark. And then to here, it went to 17 cents into June. And then there we go. It just goes sideways for a long, long time, even down a bit. And then when did this happen? November 13th. Okay, this was an early runner, big time. This one was an early runner. Big, not many were like this. And this is something that would work well in the ratio trades. Because this would be going all up big time. And it would be, at this point here, you would have been selling this like hotcakes for your other coins. And then your other coins are going to be going up well past this Christmas date. But, of course, now, of course, this went down. And where's that 3/5? Well, again, it's just going sideways. Let's just do another one. Let's just go, just pick random lever. And let's go crypto. See a coin. There we go. It's down to 31 Satoshi. Wow, that's getting its ass kicked. Um, Even red coin. I want to talk about that. I mean, Jason at Ford talked about that and everything. I try to look at wallets. I hate it. I'm not doing anything with that. I see a coin I've heard bad things about too. But anyway, and I want to see this against the U.S. dollar. So was it in a downtrend all the way up to this 2017 point? Let's see here. In this case, this was going up. But it had a severe downtrend from this June move down to here. It did bottom in November, but it had its big breakout point, breaking this resistance when? Breaking the resistance in March and breaking out from the bottom here at the end of February. Where did this top come into play? It came in the middle of June. When did this bottom come into play? Halloween. When did it start breaking it? This broke out early as well. And then up top, January 6th is the top here. Litecoin against the US dollar. This was an early mover too, but only by like 3 days. Let's go this against Coinbase. So here's the whole time when Bitcoin was going up, Litecoin was not. And amongst its move, we're looking at the end of February. This was by far a late mover at that time. Because during this run, when this was going sideways, all the other altcoins were going up. But it caught up, obviously, having its fantastic move. Top markets topped in the middle of June, late May. When did this top? Well, we had this top here in, where was June top? Right around here, but it actually progressively did well moving forward here because it kind of went sideways. But remember, when this was going sideways, Bitcoin was actually going up. And October, November, this isn't really going up, or Bitcoin was in that majorly up run. So again, people bought Bitcoin, now putting funds into other coins. And this one broke out November 7th against the dollar. These things look a lot easier to read against Bitcoin, actually. So let me just do that next again to just give an example of the situation. So, oh, here I'm making this another long video. Just a random Ethereum works fine, I guess. Ethereum against, but I need more data. So Binance doesn't work. All right, then. So how did we look before the 2017 period? In this case, it had a great rally in 2015, but it also had a major correction, something Bitcoin never did. But it was a very good higher low one. When did this bottom? December 26, 2016. And we can see that it broke out here. There's a low February 24th, late February. And up she goes. When is the top here? This is March. Where's June? Right here. So there's the June top. And all of this down move against Bitcoin afterwards. And when did this bottom? December the 6th. As that great rally for Bitcoin resulted into this, where everything seemed to go up somewhere around the first or second week of December, ending sometime into January. Where was this top? February 1st. This was a little bit later. So you get the idea. At least I'm trying to explain. Maybe I over-explained it a little bit, but that's what I have a tendency to do more times than not on this channel, and I probably don't see that changing anytime soon. However, I would not be surprised if whenever this cycle ends, we see a lot of similarities to the things that we've seen in 2017 as we move forward. Okay, do I really want to talk about anything else? How's my DGB? Is it coming close to 141? Not really. Yeah, 3 basis points away. How's Bitcoin? Has it broke that number yet? Not quite, but maybe. Nope. Maybe 98.1206. $2 frickin' away. Are you for real? I consider that a pierce below exact hit. Well then, 98.12. It technically hasn't broken 98.1408, at least not on that exchange. How about some other exchanges? Bitstamp, did it break 98.14? Not even close. How about Bitfinex? It broke it. 98.19 there, so hey, one of the exchanges it happened. Bitcoin Cash, it's up to 423. Anything saying, oh, this looks like it's probably going to break out? Yeah, of course there's signs. All of them pretty much are showing it. It's just hanging in there from when? Well, it got up on May 11th, it got up to 384, breaking this resistance. Then a few days later, it extended that number to 455. It retested and congested that level from May 27th through June the 3rd. And then it resisted this support, and then it got above another small elevator one floor higher, June 12th and June 13th. For the last few days, we can see it's at this higher low from this little level in there. I don't even think it's, I guess it is, supporting where it came from. Let's just put a line where the support happens to be at and make it so I can go like that. Yeah, you know what? This looks pretty prospectfully. In 4 hour term time frame, where we came supported was this general area. What do we see on the 18? Yeah, how often have I shown this before? Where you have a good up move of any sort, there's your correctionary phase. Many periods, but not too many within this. A second retest, and now it's gotten above this level clearly, well above the 18 average of highs. Resumption of trend, and now you have, and let's just look at it even more clearly of all of these periods. A lot of up and down choppy action, so it's just a step-by-step basis here. We got this key high, we got this key low. We're working in with this level of resistance here, so next level is previous high. And of course, breaking above that previous high when looking at this on the daily, weekly, whichever more longer term. The daily time frame, I guess I can't see much more, but breaking above this resistance, what did we do from the last leg? We went from 318 to like 418, so now we can go maybe test maybe close to 600 or who knows how much higher. And that again, that's just one more leg higher. Bitcoin goes to 60,000, 50,000, and even on the 20, of course, that's the next stage too before getting to 60. Well, the coins, there's going to be a lot of coins that are just going to follow suit. And Bitcoin Cash, I think, is as far as like it's almost like an American Idol type show, an elimination round. You put like 500 people in gymnasium and you slowly eliminate them one by one. That's how it is with the crypto sphere. And the only thing is people get added to the gymnasium when new coins get added in. That's what makes it interesting. But as these coins go on, there's like over 2,000 on the coin market. A lot of these coins are literally shit coins. And that's why when you look at coin market cap, and there's a big difference when you're playing coins ranked number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, compared to coins ranked 40, 60, 80, compared to coins in the 200, 500, and then 1,000 range, and obviously up to down to 2,000 and wherever worst you want to get upon it. But daily term time frame on this is looking pretty nice, I think. For me, it is. I know. So I guess I reserve the right to be wrong when I say I think. Okay, that's about it. Thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye bye.